two young girls, Jane and Emily, were traveling from New York to California by train. They had planned the trip for months and were excited to see the sights and experience the adventure of a cross-country journey. As the train chugged along, the girls settled into their seats and tried to get some sleep. However, they were soon awoken by strange noises coming from the corridor outside their compartment. At first, they brushed it off as just the normal creaks and groans of an old train. But as the noises grew louder and more persistent, they began to feel uneasy. Suddenly, the door to their compartment flew open and a ghostly figure appeared in the doorway. It was the ghost of a woman, dressed in tattered Victorian clothing and with a wild, frenzied look in her eyes. The girls screamed and tried to run, but the ghost seemed to be everywhere at once, blocking their escape at every turn. She cackled maniacally and reached out with ghostly hands, trying to grab at the girls as they frantically tried to escape. As they stumbled through the darkened train, they could hear the ghost's haunting laughter following them wherever they went. They knew they had to find a way to get rid of the ghost before it was too late. After what felt like an eternity, they finally stumbled upon a group of travelers who were armed with holy water and crosses. Together, they were able to banish the ghost, and the girls were finally able to continue their journey in peace. Despite their efforts to put the ghostly encounter behind them, Jane and Emily found themselves unable to shake the feeling of being watched. Every time they closed their eyes, they saw the woman's twisted, maniacal face leering at them. As the train pulled into each new station, they found themselves looking over their shoulders, expecting the ghost to appear at any moment. They jumped at every sudden noise and found it hard to relax, even when surrounded by a group of people. Despite their fear, the girls refused to let the ghost ruin their trip. They tried to enjoy the sights and sounds of each new city, taking in the beauty of the landscape and the thrill of being on their own for the first time. But as the train approached California, they couldn't help but feel a sense of dread wash over them. They knew that the ghost had been trying to stop them from reaching their destination, and they couldn't shake the feeling that their journey was far from over. As they stepped off the train in Los Angeles, they felt a cold, clammy hand touch their shoulders. They spun around, expecting to see the ghost, but there was nothing there. But they knew, deep down, that the ghost was still with them. And as they set off on the next leg of their journey, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being followed by a malevolent, unseen presence. As they traveled through California, Jane and Emily found themselves unable to shake the feeling that the ghost was always one step behind them. They could feel its icy breath on the back of their necks, even in the brightest, sunniest of days. They tried to ignore it and enjoy their trip, but the constant sense of terror was beginning to wear on them. They were exhausted from lack of sleep and constantly on edge, never knowing when the ghost would strike next. Finally, they couldn't take it any longer. They knew they had to confront the ghost and put an end to its terror once and for all. They turned to a local spiritualist for help, hoping to find a way to banish the ghost for good. The spiritualist told them that they would need to find the ghost's resting place and perform a ritual to lay its spirit to rest. With the spiritualist's guidance, Jane and Emily set out on a journey to find the ghost's grave. They traveled through winding, deserted roads and dark, foreboding forests, following a trail of clues that led them deeper and deeper into the wilderness. As they approached the ghost's resting place, they could feel its presence growing stronger. But they were determined to see their mission through to the end. With the spiritualist's guidance, they performed the ritual and watched as the ghost's spirit was finally laid to rest. Exhausted but relieved, Jane and Emily returned home, their journey filled with both terror and triumph. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it and would like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. Your support helps me to continue creating and sharing new stories, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Please like and subscribe to the channel.